Graham, talk to me, mate. I'm struggling to even open up on this one here, pal, but what happened there today?
I think Duncan Ferguson sat Frank down and said, "I'll pick the team, and we'll reanimate the Dogs of War." And to be fair to Ralph, he picked it up in the press conference. He knew what to expect, and he damn well got it. Without embarrassing myself further, as you know, in my situation for the day, I was listening to it on the radio coming in. Yes, I was late, people, and both sides did their best to just give the ball back. It was like it had fallout from Chernobyl on it. We gave it away once too often. They've scored from it, and they've just sat, used up the time. And United, really, with the starting 11 and with their bench, just couldn't lay a glove on them.
I mean, the headlines are going to be the attitude of the players, the reaction from the away fans, the reaction that the players gave to the away fans walking off there. It's like it's another game gone. We'll just have another week off now, going back for Norwich in the week. They just don't seem to have what the fans are wanting from them, and what Ralph said they needed in this game in his press conference yesterday. They had no desire, they had no commitment, they had no physicality. They didn't want to battle, did they, today?
No, and the thing was, there were periods in the second half where Everton were giving the ball away. John Moss was actually clocked Richarlison, was trying to get cheap fouls, and he wasn't buying none of it. And we did have a lot of possession, mainly down our left side, but we didn't have enough bodies in the box. We didn't commit enough players forward, and we just didn't have the quality at the end of the day. And can you say, even if the players that were injured were available, would it have made any difference? I don't know.
Not today, mate. I mean,
No.
I thought personally, through all the stick he's had, I thought Aaron Maguire was probably the only player that sort of did his role to, I would say, a 6 or 7 out of 10 sort of standard. But going forward, mate, we talked about transitions, we talked about needing to actually link that midfield to the attack. There was none of that there. And then as soon as that bit of adversity comes in, because we were on top in the first 25, but as soon as Everton got that goal, you could see the panic, you could see the concern and the fear, and it came on straight away instantly, mate.
Well, you know, we could have sat in McDonald's with our breakfast and gone through that as a script, and I think we would have said the important goal was the first goal, and we United really had to get the first goal today, absolutely, it was manna from heaven. I mean, you look at Everton's side, and it was the most experienced side he could have put out, and I know Ralph sort of went with the same thing. A lot of, WAN-BISSAKA at right back, don't buy it, but yeah, I understand.
Why do you think he came in today, WAN-BISSAKA? Was that like a defeatist sort of attitude from the start? Because Dalot gives us more going forward. WAN-BISSAKA is useless going forward as far as I'm concerned.
It didn't work, did it? Let's be honest.
It didn't work. It didn't work from the get-go, mate, because you could see. So I'll ask this question now. Sancho's played on the left for how many of the last few weeks?
Yeah.
WAN-BISSAKA comes in out the blue all of a sudden, goes on the right with Sancho. They've never played together before, and it just no cohesion at all from the start, and that sort of gave us no option down the right. And then you're struggling elsewhere with players that are not in form themselves. It's just the selection at the start baffled a lot of fans.
Yeah, it begged the question: were we picking Rashford on the left to actually get his confidence up? I mean, again, I heard the bits on the radio where he had the chances and made Pickford do what little work he had to stop the ball going into his net. I don't know, but it certainly, there was no relationship there between WAN-BISSAKA and Jadon Sancho, and Jadon did his best work down the right hand side again. So I think that's probably nailed it. Really, he's a right-sided player, and we're now he's left-sided, and we're now looking for a right-sided player again.
This was it. I mean, Graham, Everton, Norwich, these were the games you're probably thinking, well, Leicester last week, games you thought were good. I mean, games you thought you'd expect United to win and get points on the board, but that's 3 wins in 9. Europe, in general is completely looking off the table at the moment, looking at them fixtures coming up. If these players are going to play like that,
well, aside from looking where you're going to finish, you're looking for the actual players to rebuild the trust with the fans. Because I mean, I wasn't at Watford. You witnessed Watford, but the leaving today was as toxic as I've ever seen it.
it wasn't far off, Graham.
It was horrible. I'm not dressing this up. It was horrible.
Yeah.
Horrible stuff.
Mate, you're not the only one who's going to say that, I'm pretty sure. But cheers for coming on and spending your time, mate.
Thanks for the lift.